Are you unknowingly sabotaging your own manifestations? Because many people are without even realizing it. They are unknowingly tuned into the wrong frequency, constantly pushing their desired reality away. Even people who meditate and feel great fall back into old emotional and thought patterns as soon as daily life hits, leaving their back dreams unmanifested. But what if you could stay in the right frequency all day long? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 3 powerful, little known tips that will help you to do just that. Apply these to finally break free from self-sabotage and manifest the life you truly desire, or ignore them and stay stuck. And make sure to watch until the end, where I will share my favorite tip as a bonus. And no, this doesn't mean law of attraction. Hi, my name is Ralph and I've been studying the laws of the universe and spirituality for 6 years now, which means I read a lot of books, went through different online courses and live retreats, and of course, watched hours and hours of content on YouTube. So before we can get into the 3 powerful manifestation tips that no one talks about, we first need to talk about what manifestation really is. Because many people think that manifestation is using a particular technique, such as affirmations, to create a particular outcome in their life. Or people think that manifestation is about making wishes to the universe, and by placing this order, their desires will magically appear. But the act of manifestation is not something you turn on or start doing. No. Manifestation is something you do in every moment of your life, whether you are aware of it or not. Because your thoughts and your emotions create an electromagnetic field around your body, and this electromagnetic field is constantly emitting a frequency that shapes the external reality you experience, which means our internal state is continuously mirrored in the outer world, as within, so without. And it is this process that is actually the act of manifestation. And what is also important to realize is that everything you want to manifest, every desire, every dream, and every goal is vibrating as a potential reality with its own unique frequency in the quantum field. And you are able to tune into this frequency in order to attract it into your reality. Think of it like tuning into a radio station. Each station is in existence, but you can only hear the one that matches the frequency you are tuned into. This means if you want to manifest a particular reality, one where you are rich and free, for example, your job is not to force it into existence by working harder and taking pure physical action, but your job is to align your personal unique frequency with the frequency of this potential reality where you are already rich and free. And in order for you to do this, you need to embody the feelings, beliefs, and thoughts of that version of you who already has what you desire before it physically shows up in your life. So when you think, feel, and act as if you are already living in your desired reality, you are not just imagining it, you are becoming that version of yourself energetically. This means you are shifting your internal frequency to match the reality you want to experience. And since your outer world is always a reflection of your internal state, your physical reality has no choice but to start rearranging itself to align with this new frequency. People, opportunities, and circumstances will begin to shift in ways that mirror your new state of being, as within, so without. So now that you understand that manifesting your desires is not about forcing reality to change, but about aligning your frequency with the version of you who already has what you desire, the next question is, how do you actually maintain this frequency of your desired reality constantly in your waking life? Because this is where most people struggle. They may feel aligned with this new version of themselves for a short time, maybe after a meditation or a visualization session, but as soon as they turn to their daily routine, they slip back into the same old thought and emotional patterns because of their environment, their job, the people they meet, and as a result, they are fluctuating between different frequencies instead of staying in alignment with that version of themselves which is already living in their desired reality, which as a result makes it very difficult to manifest that reality. So let's get into the 3 tips that help you maintain the frequency of the reality you want to experience throughout the day, which at the same time are probably reasons why your manifestations aren't showing up. And stay until the end, where I will share my favorite tip as a bonus and that you can start applying today. So, the first secret you need to remember during your waking day is that you have to stop asking how and when your desires are going to manifest. Because if you ask how, you are trying to fit infinite possibilities into the limited framework of your logical mind. Your mind is finite while the mind of the universe is infinite. The universe holds limitless potential and reality can reorganize itself in ways that your logical mind simply cannot comprehend. Think about it. How many times has something happened in your life in a completely unexpected yet perfect way? You didn't need to figure it out. Life organized it for you. So for the next time when you find yourself asking how it is going to manifest, mentally declare, this is not for me to worry about. The universe already knows the way. Remember that your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to align your energy and allow reality to rearrange itself for you. Now, what about the question when it is going to manifest? Asking when something is going to manifest means you haven't completely understood the key principles of manifestation. Because that version of you already living in your desired reality wouldn't ask the question when, because it already happened. So asking when reinforces the belief that your manifestation isn't here yet. And this signals to the universe that you are in a state of lack, which only attracts more lack into your reality. So instead of obsessing over when your desires will show up, shift into a state of consciousness where you are at peace with your current reality. Because manifestation only happens when you are no longer emotionally dependent on seeing external changes. When you truly believe that what you desire is already yours, you align your subconscious mind with that reality. And your external world has no choice but to follow. As within, so without. So let's continue with the second secret, which is that you must always remember that there is no future. And the only reality that exists is the generous present moment. This means you need to stop projecting the things you want to do or experience into some imaginary future. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me give you an example of my past to illustrate the problem here. You see, for the longest time I kept telling myself things like, I will start investing money into stocks and ETFs as soon as I make extra money with my business. Or I will move in with my girlfriend as soon as my business is bringing in an income. Do you see the problem with this way of thinking? By constantly projecting these actions into the future, I was reinforcing the belief that I wasn't yet in the reality where I had extra money or success in my business. And what kind of signal do you think that sent out to the universe? I was essentially telling the universe that I'm not financially secure yet and I'm waiting for things to change before I act, which reinforces the current state of lack and delays the manifestation of my desired reality. After realizing that, I asked myself, what are the feelings I want to experience in my desired reality? Which is also a question you should ask yourself. One of the reasons I wanted to make more money with my own business was that I wanted to feel the emotions of financial security. And by starting to learn about investing and taking small steps with my finances in the present moment, guess what happened? I started to feel much more confident about my finances and financial future, which changed my frequency to a frequency of abundance and having more money. And suddenly, coincidences happened that, as it seems now, were some pretty good investment choices. The same thing happened with moving in with my girlfriend. Once we made the decision and acted on it, things begin to fall into places in ways I never expected. My business improved and I felt closer and closer to the version of myself who was living in the reality I had envisioned. So, how can you apply this principle to your own life? First, get clear on the emotions you want to experience in your desired reality, and then start looking for where you are already experiencing these feelings, even in small ways, and focus on them. Then start acting as if you were already living in your desired reality. If you would feel financially secure, start managing your money in a way that reflects that belief. Or if you would feel loved, act as if you are already in a fulfilling relationship. This will start aligning your frequency with the frequency of your desired reality. Understand that the perfect time you are waiting for doesn't exist. The future is just an illusion created by our own mind. The only time you have to create your desired reality is right now. Now, let's move on to the third secret before I reveal my final bonus tip that you can start applying after watching this video. The third secret is that you need to know and understand the universal law of rhythm, which states everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. This law reminds us that life moves in cycles, just like the ebb and flow of the tides, the phases of the moon, and the changing seasons. Everything in the universe follows a natural rhythm. And that includes your emotional and energetic states. And here's an important truth. Even the greatest spiritual teachers experience phases of lows. It's not possible or natural to feel good all the time. Trying to force yourself to always be in a state of joy or positivity is actually going against the nature of the universe, which means it's also going against your own nature. So if you have days where you are not feeling your best, there is nothing wrong with you. It's part of the process. Because the law of rhythm influences every aspect of your life. Everyone experiences waves of motivation and inspiration and joy, followed by moments of doubt, frustration and emotional lows. Success and failure, financial ups and downs, relationship highs and lows, all part of this rhythm. Even global events follow this pattern, booms and recessions, growth and decline. But the problem here is that most people let those cycles control them. When they are on a high, they feel invincible, but when the pendulum swings in the opposite direction, they lose faith in themselves, their journey, and their ability to create their reality. I remember questioning myself and my spiritual abilities during moments of low energy, wondering if I was doing something wrong or if I had somehow fallen out of alignment. But here's what I realized. Those moments aren't a sign of failure. They are signs of transformation. Because when those lows happen or you experience something negative or challenging in your life, you are being given an opportunity. The universe isn't punishing you, it's testing you. It just wants your emotional reaction, and you always have a choice in how you respond. Will you think, feel and act as the version of you already living in your desired reality? Or will you think, feel and act as the old frequency version of yourself? Because while you can't always control your first thought or your first response to something, you can control your second thought and the thought after that and the thought after that. So in a moment like this, take a moment to pause and breathe. Detach from your temporary emotions and remind yourself that you are not your emotions, you are the observer. This low you are experiencing is just part of the cycle. It's temporary. Don't lose yourself in it. The goal is then to start seeing reality through the lens of your desired self. Ask yourself, how would my desired self respond in this moment? What would my desired self focus on? What beliefs would my desired self hold? What thoughts and actions would align with the identity of my desired self? Because when you do so, you are signaling to the universe that you aren't your old self anymore. You aren't your old frequency anymore. And when you do so, you are tapping into the quantum field where your desired self and your desired reality already exists, and you start extracting this frequency and bring it down to materialize in your current reality. Now, as a final bonus tip for this video, I want to give you a simple yet powerful way to help you maintain alignment with your desired reality throughout your day, which is to create reminders for yourself. Just take some colored paper, because bright colors better grab your attention, and write on this paper, what vibration am I tuned into? Place these reminders in spots where you will see them regularly, like on your desk, your bathroom, mirror, your fridge, or even as a screensaver on your phone. This is especially useful during the day because it is so easy to get caught up in old emotions and thought patterns, especially when external circumstances like a stressful job, a frustrated coworker, or a challenging situation triggers reactions that don't align with the version of your desired self. So when you see a reminder, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what are you thinking right now? What are you feeling right now? And are your thoughts, feelings and actions aligned with the version of you living in your desired reality. And if they are not, don't worry. This is your opportunity to shift. Your breath is, by the way, your best tool for maintaining your elevated state during the day, and also the best tool for returning to the present moment if you feel stressed or overwhelmed or emotionally triggered. Just inhale deeply and exhale fully a few times, and you will feel more grounded, calm, and back in the present moment. And there surely will be moments when you feel so emotionally triggered or imbalanced that it's hard to think, feel, and act as your desired self. And when this happens, again, close your eyes and focus on your breath and inhale and exhale slowly and fully, and consciously relax your body with each breath. Then shift your attention to gratitude and start listing everything you are grateful for, big or small. So listing it in your mind. And gratitude is one of the quickest and most efficient ways to dissolve stress and elevate your vibration. And as you focus on gratitude, you will begin to notice that the emotional weight starts to lift. From this elevated state, remind yourself that you are everything. You are God, you are the universe, you are infinite. And from this place of connection and alignment, it becomes much easier to think, feel, and act as the version of you living in your desired reality. So, if you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments where are you tuning in from and what topics are you interested in, so I can create content that helps you on your journey. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember, you have the power to shape your reality by aligning your energy. See you in the next video.